Hello, this is Top Stories on Viewer Television. I am Chinonso Chekwet, and here are the stories we're following this hour. The Pan-Northern Socio-Political Organization, the Ariwa Consultative Forum, has demanded the removal of the General Officer commanding one division of the Nigerian Army, KADUNA, Major General V.U. Okoro, over the accidental bombing of Tudunbiri in the Igabi local government area of Kaduna State on Sunday night. The ACF made the demand as the federal government vowed to punish whoever was found culpable in the accidental bombing. An airstrike intended to flush out terrorists had on Sunday night accidentally hit civilians during a religious celebration at Tudunbiri. The Vice President, Kashim Shettima, who represented President Bola Tinubu during a visit to the victims of the bombing at Barao Diko Teaching Hospital, Kaduna, said the government will get to the root of the incident. A former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, has advised President Bola Tinubu against occupying the office of the Minister for Petroleum Resources, saying such arrangement will make it difficult for the country to hold the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited accountable. He made this known while delivering his remarks at the Bank Directors Summit organized by the Bank Directors Association of Nigeria in Abuja. Sanusi, who was the CBN governor from June 2009 to February 2014, also adjourned the NNPC as the most opaque oil company in the world. And Nigeria is actively engaged in negotiations with India's Hindustan Aeronautics Limited for the procurement of Tejas fighter jets. The chairman of Hindustan Aeronautics, C.B. Ananta Krishnan, disclosed this according to Bloomberg. The chairman of the military hardware manufacturer also mentioned Argentina, Egypt, and the Philippines as countries they were discussing with to purchase these aircraft. And discussions with Nigeria, Philippines, and Argentina to export the Tejas fighter jets are progressing. And C.B. Ananta Krishnan, chairman of Hindustan Aeronautics, told reporters in New Delhi. And the Economic Community of West African Communities sitting in Abuja on Thursday dismissed the suit by the Niger Republic UNTER against the region's Authority of Heads of State and Government. The ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, led by a Nigerian President, Bola Tinubu, had on August 8 imposed sanctions on the country following the UNTER's failure to relinquish power to the civilian President Mohamed Bazoum. Displeased with the sanctions, the Niger UNTER approached the court, arguing that the sanction had occasioned adverse effects on the Nigerian people, I beg your pardon, including a shortage of food, medicine, and electricity due to the closure of borders and cutoff of electricity supply by Nigeria. The UNTER asked the court to compel the Authority of Heads of State and Government to immediately suspend the sanctions. And the police on Thursday manned the gates of the Rivers State House of Assembly, resisting an attempt by the 27 lawmakers loyal to former Governor Nyesom Wike from gaining entry. It was learned that the pro-Wike lawmakers, led by the Speaker, Martin M. Mawule, were at the Assembly to hold a valedictory session in honor of their late colleague, Dine Badi Lolox, who represented Kanan State Constituency 2. But the bus conveying the lawmakers, all dressed in black, was stopped by policemen at the gates who said they had an order not to allow anyone in. And some of the lawmakers were seen discussing with the policemen, who remained adamant and turned them back. And there was excitement yesterday as Dangote Refinery received the first shipment of crude oil ahead of commencement of operation. The arrival signals a significant achievement for the country's oil industry as the long-awaited $20 billion plant comes on steam. And it was learned that Otis, the crude oil tanker carrying a 950,000 barrel cargo of Nigeria's Agbami crude, set sail on December 6th and is en route to Lekki, the nearest land port to Dangote's offshore crude receiving terminal. The tanker, chartered by state-owned Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC, is the first of Dangote's initial crude supplies as the giant new plant starts to ramp up operations, a West African oil trader has said. And the Senate has threatened to step down consideration on the 2024 budget of the Nigerian Correctional Services over insufficient information. And Senator Adams Oshomole, the chairman, Senate Committee on Interior, said this at the 2024 budget defense of the National Assembly Joint Committee on Interior on Thursday in Abuja. Oshomole said he was unhappy with the services being rendered by inmates by the NCOs. Your organization has transformed from Nigeria Prison Service to Nigerian Correctional Service, but you have yet to change in your attitudes towards inmates, he said. And the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, says it has again secured the release of 2 females among the abducted prospective Corps members. The newsman reported that the prospective Corps members were kidnapped in Zamfara on their way to the orientation camp in Sokoto. The Nigerian Army had earlier secured the release of a male and a female victim, leaving 4 of the prospective Corps members in the kidnappers' den. However, the NYSC announced that it has secured the freedom of 2 more victims. The Director General of the scheme, Brigadier General Y.D. Ahmed, further gave the reassurance that the remaining victims will be released with the efforts of the security agencies. And that's all on Top Stories. My name is Chinonso Chakwas. Please stay tuned and enjoy.